So this is about integrated skills. This used to be a group teaching project. We're not going to be able to do that. So I'm just going to cover some of the main topics that are you would have figured out in this project. That's definitely going to be something that's going to cover if you take the final CRT test. So one of those things is your decision making skills. So when you make a tough decision in your life, you're basically using your values. What do you personally find important in the world? So you have your own personal values, but then there's like the values at a societal level. What does society thinks important? And that's kind of like the ethics. So moving along, you're going to have to set goals for yourself, short term and long term. So what would you do about setting goals? You have your health goals, let's say, for example, right? You may want to say that long term you want to be really fit and healthy, but in the short term you may like want to lose a certain amount of weight or just make some really good decisions in terms of like eating healthy, something like that. Then you have good character. So if you have good character, that's something that you want to see in a positive role model, right? That's somebody who has a positive influence over you, has positive morals and values, shows good character. Um, Good character basically just means that you do the right thing. And it's, not always perfect, but you're going to try your best to do the right thing. That's what we're talking about with good character. Then you have refusal skills, right? Being able to say no, especially like to your friends. That can be really tough to say no when it's not something that you really want to deal with. If it's not something that's going to be good for you. So you're going to get peer pressure. And, peer pressure can be good. We've kind of mentioned that before. But like, for example, like peer pressure could cause you to start smoking. It could cause you to drink alcohol, right? It could actually also cause you to get better grades. If your friends are basically telling you that like, oh, we have a study group, you should come with us, and they're peer pressuring you, that's possible. But if it's something like peer pressure can't cause you to like grow taller, right? That wouldn't really make sense. It wouldn't cause you to, yeah, right. Something like that is just like there's nothing you could possibly do with that. So that would not be one of the possible things. So another thing, like let's talk about ethical scenarios. What if a friend asked to copy your homework? What would you do? Right. So that's something that's going to have to do with your own personal values and ethics. Now, the ethical response would probably be to just explain to your friend that it wouldn't be fair. So most likely you're not going to tell on your friend because that's not going to be a good long-term solution between the two of you. You're not going to like want to like give fake answers because then they're going to be really angry at you. But if you just explain to them like straight up, like this is not something I feel comfortable with, then they're going to know that that's not something that you would do going on in the future, right? But it sets a precedent if you do allow for that to happen earlier on. So the last one is like self-concept, self-esteem, and that has to do a lot with like your self-respect, like liking yourself and how do you view about yourself. So you don't do wrong things to be liked in that situation. You make responsible choices, you take care of your health, and you try to remind yourself about what you're good at, what your strengths are. And that's pretty much most of the major topics that's going to be covered in here. I think a lot of this is common sense, and I think that you're going to do just fine on these types of questions when they come up.